Thank you.
Picture it, Los Angeles, 2025.
Welcome to Out on the Lanai, the only Golden Girls podcast, and I said only, you're ever going to need to listen to. I am HAlanScott / Mrs. Sadie Pines.
I'm Kerri Doherty, and today we're doing a Beyond Golden Girls episode where we cover the many film and TV projects that the women did outside of the Golden Girls during the course of their illustrious careers. And today we are watching one of Betty White's favorite episodes of Hot in Cleveland, which is season 2, episode 16, Dancing Queens.
So, I mean, first off, let me just say thank you for you said I had nice skin, and I thank you for that because
It looks great. It's very dewy.
It's been a very stressful day. Secondly, did I put on a new lip plumper, like a Dr. Dennis Gross lip plumper before we started recording? And was it a mistake? Yes, it was, because my lips are both crazy big and also very, very, very red right now. But you know what? Live and learn.
I think they look good. They look shiny to me. They don't look super red. They have a nice shine to them.
Well, there's a pain happening in my mouth right now. This is an intense. I don't endorse this product. I got it for half off at Sephora. Anyway, oh my
Maybe
God,
that's why it was
hot in
half off.
Cleveland. Hot in Cleveland. We've watched this show before. Obviously, it's very funny, but we have not done the deep dive on Hot in Cleveland in the way, like, I have not started to watch every episode the way many others have. I don't know why, very busy, whatever, life happens. But this show is so goddamn good. It's so funny. It is so, you know what I think? I was thinking while I was watching this episode that if this wasn't on TV land, if this had been a network show, if this had been an ABC, NBC something, it would have been nominated for so many Emmys. I mean, it was nominated. Betty was nominated for this. It was nominated for a few here and there, but like the entire show, the production, this is a perfect situation comedy. This show is so funny and smart even, but yet silly at the same time. It scratches every itch for a situation comedy, and I'm just kind of bummed that it got a lot of love, of course, but it didn't get more love. It should have been on a network. It should have gotten the full treatment.
Yeah, it's so wild that this wasn't on like a traditional network, but who knows? Maybe TV Land let them do more and get away with more that a traditional network wouldn't have done. But I do know, so this episode was one of Betty's favorites. I found an article where I think it was at the end of season 2 or 3, right before the finale, she was interviewed and they were asking her for her favorite episodes. And this one was among them because she got to work with Doris Roberts. Fantastic,
St. Louis legend.
the two of them together.
My hometown, St. Louis legend.
And like you were saying, this show, I mean, we will continue to do Hot in Cleveland episodes.
I'm eager to do more. I'm so eager to do more because
I'm eager because it's a fun watch. Sometimes we watch old projects the women have done, and I am like, this is hard to sit through, but we're going to do it because we love the girls.
The girls are always great. Sometimes the shows
The girls are always great, but sometimes the movies, sometimes are a little tough. This is a joy to sit through. And this whole episode primarily takes place just in a bar.
Yeah.
And it's the most simple story. The women are out looking for gay best friends to go dancing with. And it's such a simple story. And simple stories are the best because that gives you great character. You just let these characters shine and be themselves, and you don't get wrapped up in plot. And that's exactly what this show does. It's what this episode did.
If you're eagle-eyed fans, and you can watch this episode on Paramount, or like wherever you want to watch Hot in Cleveland. But eagle-eyed fans will notice at the gay bar, there were a few drag queens that didn't have lines. These queens didn't have lines, but there were a few drag queens. And there was one of them that is a very important drag queen to this podcast, because they are technically our boss alongside Alaska. Willem was in this episode, who is part of Mothers of Media, or, Moguls of Media.
I was going to ask you what you thought of the drag queens. I didn't even realize that was Willem.
Yeah, so Willem was in the back, and I texted Willem while I was watching, because I watch, unlike Kerri. Kerri has to watch this like a week out and do copious notes. God bless her. I can't do it. But I need to watch it like quite literally right before we go on, or the brain will just shut down and I'll remember nothing. So I texted Willem the second I saw them on the episode, and I asked Willem if if she could give like a either a video talking about what it was like working with Betty, or maybe we could do a virtual chat or something. So there's a likely chance that at some point during this episode you're going to hear Willem's voice, and they'll talk about their experience working with Betty and the rest of the girls. But if not,
I
maybe
love
it'll
that.
maybe it'll come in at another time. I don't know. I'm all I got back was a reaction to the actual text. So I don't know if nothing's been planned yet. So maybe something will be planned. This is all happening in real time, people. Real time.
Real time, everyone. Real time,
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah, Betty's great in this episode. I feel like before we even take a break, I just want to dive in because I have so many things I want to talk about because this was just such a good episode of television.
Yeah, please. Yes. Well, should we, I mean,
So,
yeah, Rusty Anchor.
oh, sorry. Yes, I do want to talk about the Rusty Anchor Happy Hour. Thank you. See, this is how excited I am about Hot in Cleveland.
It was
Thank you,
so
Suzanne Martin,
good.
for giving us this show.
Yeah.
It's so good. So good. And, well, here's another tie back. So,
Should we get Suzanne Martin
who
on the
created this
Should we get
show,
her on the podcast?
so I worked with her daughter, Jenna, and
Yeah.
here's a little fun, like, full circle moment. So HAlanScott / Sadie Pines, you and I went to a taping of the season 1 finale of Mid-Century Modern. Do you know
Yes.
who that episode was written by?
Susan Martin?
Suzanne Martin.
Oh, well, we should get Suzanne on the podcast then. What are we doing? Why do we suck? Text her daughter.
I will text Jenna, but I did text Jenna after we saw the finale and I said, "Hey, we just watched the taping of the finale." I said it was your mom's episode and it was stellar. So she
What did
said,
she
"I will
say?"
pass that along. She'll be happy to
Well,
know it."
I want this mother on the podcast so I can say, thank you, mother.
All right. I will talk to her and then we'll do another Hot in Cleveland episode and we'll have hopefully a
we're
great
gonna
chat with her
do
if she's available.
Hundreds more Hot in Cleveland episodes.
Yes, we're gonna do so many more.
I need more. I need more.
We do. We need so many more. So yes, thank you for reminding me about the Rusty Anchor Happy Hour. Do you want to set up what we're doing this week? Because it was your idea and I think it's a great idea.
I have this newsletter at Newsweek called For the Culture. I didn't name it. And there's lots of people who subscribe to it. And I was thinking about one of the things. I always try to come up with fun things to write about 3 times a week. It comes out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I always try to think of like fun things. And one of the things that I am low-key obsessed with this week, as we're recording this, which you're listening to this a few weeks after we recorded this, so this might be old news at this point. Hopefully they don't break up. But I'm kind of obsessed with the rumors that might be confirmed by now that Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson are dating. And what makes me so excited about this is, as of late, like 10, 20 years ago, pop culture, there was always sort of like Bennifer or Brangelina or like whatever, like the hot stars of the day, young, hot, sexy stars hooking up, having sex, being married, bleh. And boring. Who do I want? I want to see senior citizens, stars that have been around for like 30, 40, 50 years, hooking up, getting together later in life romances and having some moments. And Liam Neeson has been a widower since 2009, tragically, when his wife Natasha Richardson died in a tragic from a head injury from a tragic ski accident. And so I like seeing this man be happy. And who does he deserve? One of the most attractive women, one of the icons, beauties of the 20th century and 21st century. So I love this. I also love Martin Short, also a widower. He wrote there was an interview or something he gave about the love that he shared with his wife of like 50 years. They were married for so long. And then she died, and it was hard. It's been hard. And recently, he's been seen out with Meryl Streep, who was recently divorced. So it's also a late in life romance. And I love seeing these. So it got me thinking, well, who would the girls shack up with? Like, it could be anybody, alive or dead. But like, who would the girls, if they had late in life romances, let's say, because they all were single at the end of their, well, except for, no, I'm sorry. Estelle was not single. But B, Rue, and Betty. Yeah, Rue, and they all were single. So like, who would they hook up with? Who would they shack up with? I think that's a fun conversation. So we're going to talk about that on the Rusty Anchor Happy Hour.
We're going to talk about that. I thought that was a great idea for the Rusty Anchor Happy Hour. I had a lot of fun coming up with who the women would date. And of course, whenever we do these Rusty Anchor happy hours, we also like to hear from all the GGVIPers in the club
Mhm.
on who they also think the girls would hook up with. So check us out, patreon.com/Golden Girls Podcast. We're also doing another live watch along Sunday,
Um,
August 31st
okay.
at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. These watch along parties are so much fun. So we're going to be doing another one. I'm not sure yet what episode we're going to be doing because we're recording this so far out, but whatever you guys voted
Because
on, I'm sure will be great.
you will be traveling, Miss Traveling Lady. I'll be stuck here in Los Angeles working away, typing, traveling on
Yes,
the
that is, yeah, that
beach.
is the sound of you typing. Yes, I am taking a much needed vacation to the Jersey Shore.
You've
Gadsy,
earned it. You've
I've
earned it.
earned it.
I wanna see a Pregger's belly on the beach eating a hot dog with Lil Oreo saying, "How about I punch you in your face? What do you think about or your fucking face? What do you think about that?" That's what I
I
want.
know. I know. Well, I can't have hot dogs, unfortunately. There's like when you're
Oh.
pregnant, there are certain foods that you just should kind of stay away from, and hot dogs unfortunately are
How
one of them.
how have they figured out how to fly planes? How to like, I don't know, take care of crazy things, but they haven't figured out a pill that pregnant ladies can take to eat a hot dog.
You got me. I have no idea.
Everyone deserves a hot dog, especially at
Everybody
Costco.
deserves a hot dog. I love hot dogs. I just can't have hot dogs. But I'm gonna
So,
have a good time though. I'll have a pretzel.
well, oh, I love a pretzel. How do you eat your pretzel? Do you eat it with a little mustard or a little cheese? Or plain?
I like it with cheese. I like a soft pretzel
Mm.
with cheese. How
I
about you?
listen. I just did a fantastic podcast the other day, and we were talking about bread, and I'll just snack on bread. I will literally snack on bread, and so I can just eat a pretzel plain, easy, just snack on it. But if I had to choose, it would be cheese.
Yeah, I love cheese.
Yeah,
Just love a
like
good
like
old,
a
good
like a
old, good
beer
old
like a
Aunt
beer
Annie's. Oh,
cheese,
I could do a beer cheese. I could do a beer cheese. I don't mind a beer cheese. I could also just do like an Aunt Annie's like pretzel.
like nacho cheese.
Yeah, any
Yeah,
kind of cheese.
that's what it is. It's nacho cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'm hot for. Hot in Cleveland, and I'm so excited to get into this episode.
yeah. Do you want to take a break first, or should we dive right in?
No, I wanna take a break. We have to pay for this episode.
Oh, okay. Then please let us pay. Let us pay. And we are back talking about I believe it's a season 2, episode 16 of Hot in Cleveland, which is Dancing Queens.
Dancing Queens, young and free. Can't afford
Can't
it.
afford it. So this story all kicks off with something that feels so much
Wait,
like the Golden Girls episode Rites of
can I
Spring.
reenact how it
Yes.
starts? I'm gonna reenact how it starts. Ready?
Okay.
I have to move the mic back from me. That's how it started.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
So it's a real Golden Girls Rites of Spring moment where all of the girls, Melanie, Joy, and Victoria, they're all bummed because or screaming because they've put on a pound.
Now, back up a little bit for people who have not seen Hot in Cleveland. So they all are they got stuck. Their plane got stuck in Cleveland, if I remember the pilot.
These Los
And
Angeles women.
yes, and so now by the second season, they decided to stay in Cleveland because their lives were
Mhm.
just kind of a mess. One had lost a job, one's work wasn't going, one's love life wasn't going, whatever. So like things were going badly. And so they all move into this house with Betty's character, I believe. I'm forgetting some of the plot details for how it all started, but regardless, they're all together in Cleveland, and now they're slowly getting used to this Midwestern life. And part of this weight
Mhm.
gain is the Cleveland effect on their realities.
Yeah. And what's fun about it is, and again, this is a play on the title, Hot in Cleveland, these women who they were starting to feel a certain way about living in Los Angeles. It is so hard to keep up with all the high beauty standards, whatever. But when they're in Cleveland, well, now they're the hottest ones there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cleveland life is different than LA life, which I mean, could not get more of an example than this episode and this storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also thinking, I was like, man, it's too bad that Yvonne, woo, who, is based out of
Yeah.
Miami and not Cleveland, because those
She'd get
women
them
would
in
have
the
greatly
shape.
benefited from her whirly birds. Yeah, they would have
Yeah.
gotten into good shape.
Hillary Shepard, where were you on Hot in Cleveland?
I know. So, and it's so funny. And Betty, like the women are all like stressed about weight, and Betty's character Elka, and like it feels like true Betty fashion is like, who cares? Like, eat
She
what you
is
like.
Betty White. The way in which while I was doing this episode, while I was watching this episode, I was having to do obviously lots of different things. So I was watching and putting makeup on and like getting ready for this and whatever. And every single time I would be in the process of being like, okay, I can take a break. I can go do this. I would hear something funny and I would crack up laughing because it's literally
Hmm.
audibly laughing because it's just, there are so many moments in this episode that are just so funny.
So funny. And it starts with the women. Again, it's so funny. They're all stressing over 1 pound, which like I think
Mhm.
your weight can fluctuate constantly. So it may not even be a real pound. It's like, well, what time of day did you weigh yourself last? Did you have food in your stomach? Were you wearing shoes?
Yeah. That's
But
why
I
I
love that
always
it's
like to
like,
weigh myself right in the morning because it's like,
yeah, before you eat anything, just
I'm so
strip down.
skinny. I'm so, well.
Yeah, no, that is when we're all our skinniest. And this does feel like such an LA thing that the women would be stressed over 1 pound. But I also love that the only plausible way that they can think of to lose weight is to find new gay best friends in
Yep.
Cleveland and go
Yep.
dancing with them. Like for them,
Not
that's the
wrong.
obvious way.
Not wrong. I
The
mean, it's so funny.
obvious way.
You can tell that this episode was shot many years ago because I feel like if this episode aired today, it would be like, how are we going to get our hands on Ozempic? What are we going to do? How
Yeah.
can we afford it?
Yeah.
Like, we need to have a bake sale to pay for our Ozempic. Like, literally, it would be some Ozempic driven storyline.
I also love that like they can't just go dancing together. It's like very
No.
specific. They're like, nope, you need a gay best friend to go dancing with. That's the kind of weight loss dancing you're gonna do.
And you know what else I liked about
So,
this whole gay storyline is that
mhm.
it could have been really reductive. It could have been very reductive. And parts of it maybe were. But I was not offended by 1 ounce of it because when it comes to these 4 women at a gay bar in a gay scene talking about gay stuff, I I just wanna see what happens. I just wanna
Mhm.
see. I don't care how offensive they wanna be. You could literally be so offensive, and I'm still gonna be like, "Get it, girl." Like, I'm gonna be excited for her. I wanna see how it unfolds.
Yeah, they're so likable. All of these women, they're so funny. So
Mhm.
they're on a mission to find new gay best friends. So Betty introduces them to the only gay bar in town, which is called Nice Buns 2, which Valerie Bertinelli describes as the least gay bar ever.
And they yeah. They go into it and she notices, if I'm remembering correctly, at the top of the scene, she notices they're wearing flannel, but not ironically, which is like such an LA line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Cleveland gay men are not LA gay. They're not gay enough for these women. They don't
Yeah.
like know anything about fashion. They're watching like
Well, there's
football, and it's like
one of the ladies are
oh,
talking about boots, talking about wearing boots, and he's like, "You mean for fishing?" And she's like, "No, no, no, I don't mean
yeah.
that." Like,
It's so good.
it's so funny.
And I love so there's a moment where you see what these women all wear, going out to the bar, they're all dressed up, they're wearing dresses. And Betty, I do want to play this next moment because one, you can see the outfit that Betty chooses to wear to the bar, which is like very reminiscent of her and Blanche's skin tight, sexy cat costumes, but it's more like updated for her age and character. And
Yeah.
then also, I want everybody, without spoiling what happens, I just want everybody to see her reaction to running into Doris Roberts, who's
It's
like one of her
so
oldest friends.
funny. Watch the video for this one, y'all. It's good.
Elka? Elka Ostrovsky? Lydia Dombrowski?
Elka, what are you doing?
She had that coming.
I will say the stunt coordination for this episode was actually kind of seamless because, I mean, clearly that's not Betty or Doris in that moment when she's being punched or pushed.
I think it's
And
Betty, which, by the way, if you're not watching, if you're just listening, Betty punches her right in the face. I do
yeah,
think that was Betty
and
throwing
she
the
goes
punch.
flying back. Like,
Flying back behind the bar. It was So good. And this moment shocked me. I was like, I was not expecting her to
But
punch
that's what
her.
makes this so funny is that like it has moments like this. It shocked me too. It has moments like this that are genuinely jarring. You expect a formulaic thing to happen in a situation like this, and this show does not. Suzanne does not go in that direction in her writing. It is literally like, what did she just do?
It was very shocking, but it gave me real like Sophia and Angela vibes the first time they see each other, because they're like sisters. So you think they're gonna be like and hug, but instead they just fight and they hate each other.
Yeah.
So Doris Roberts, again, her and Betty together. Guys, go watch this episode. They are
And
so fun
also,
together.
let me just give a little background love to Miss Doris Roberts, because Doris Roberts has
Course.
a Golden Girls connection. She was at the NBC upfronts, it was Doris Roberts and I believe Elaine Stritch. I forget who presented with her, but it was
To
Doris
do Miami
Roberts
Nice.
to do Miami Nice. And so there is a connection to Doris Roberts and the Golden Girls. But more so than that, Doris Roberts is an iconic actress of stage, film, and television, but primarily television. And of course, she's famously known for Everybody Loves Raymond. But for all those millennials out there who have to watch this movie every single year because it's just required viewing, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. She is Beverly
She's
D'Angelo's
so
mother,
good.
and she is so good. I mean, it's just that wasn't her actually, but it was like so many funny things. I love Doris Roberts so much, and she's from St. Louis, Missouri, like me.
Hometown hero.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for giving Doris love. So she, as it turns out, what the reason why Betty punched her. So Doris Roberts, as it turns out, she used to be Betty's best friend until, and this is also very like Sophia and Angela, they went on a camping trip years ago when Doris allegedly slept with Betty's husband while they shared a sleeping bag. And this is why like Betty stopped talking to her, and she's like, just let me explain, let me explain. And she's like, I was freezing and your husband kept me warm in the sleeping bag, but his efforts weren't totally successful because she still lost 2 toes to frostbite. And she shows them to Betty. She's like, see, I didn't sleep with your husband. And she's like, oh, okay. Like Betty's like, I'm so sorry. Like, cool, let's bury the hatchet. We're good now. And it did feel so much like Aunt Angela and Sophia. Remember, there was like that Christmas party and like you hooked up with my husband and they just like didn't talk for years. It felt very much.
Yeah.
This just had so much Sophia and Aunt Angela vibes.
Well, I want to back up a little bit because one thing that we did not talk about after the clip, but we should have talked about, is that Betty White is wearing an incredible leopard print jumpsuit in this scene. And
Yes.
that we mentioned that it was reminiscent of her cat costume from the Golden Girls, but like this is quite literally, if I at some point in my life as a gay homosexual person reach an age, because it's going to be years from now because I'm only 28, but years from now, I want to go to a gay bar wearing a leopard print, juicy couture, butt labeled jumpsuit.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's what I want. That's the goal. That's what I'm manifesting for my future in 40 years. Wink, wink.
And it looked comfy. She looked real comfortable.
Look real comfy, real comfy. But yeah, so they buried the hatch and now they're reminiscing.
And now they're reminiscing. So meanwhile, so the other women, what I loved about these other women in this gay bar is that they're essentially, you have this like double kind of meaning thing going on because they're picking up men at a bar, but it's sort of like framed as if they're trying to pick up men as single women. But it's funny, they're trying to pick up gay men. And it's really, really funny the way it plays out. And, they're all striking out.
There's one storyline that literally is probably one of the funniest storylines I've seen on a sitcom in a very long time, and it involves Wendy Malick and
yes, and Antonio Sabato Jr.
Which, I mean, we can talk about a deep dive of who Antonio Sabato Jr. became, but
I think we could just say Calvin Klein.
Yeah, just Google the images. It's all you don't read anything he said or done over the past few years. But like Google the images.
Really?
Yeah, just there's some
confrontation
things.
No.
From what I remember, I'm not going to say anything that I can't speak too much, but other than all I know is that things have been said. But he's very attractive. And
he's very attractive. He's being very flirtatious with her.
Yeah. Yes, very flirtatious. And he's playing a gay man at the bar who then she learns during this flirtatious back and forth that it's very Victor Victoria. He thinks that she is a he there to participate in the drag celebrity lookalike contest, which if there's ever an actor on a sitcom that could deliver a performance of a woman who is confused to be a man playing drag, it is Wendy Malick. That woman is comedy gold. She is a genius comedic actress. She has not gotten the Emmy love that she deserves over the years. She has not gotten the respect I don't think that she deserves. From Just Shoot Me to this, I mean, literally, Wendy Malick is an icon.
They're all so good, but she was so good in this episode. Because what's so funny about it, yeah, he thinks she's a dude and that she's there for the celebrity drag queen contest. And she's like, for a second, but then she's like, well, and she's like, she is so attracted to him. She wants to sleep with him so badly. She's like thinking of she just leans into
so
it.
Blanche.
Like,
it's so
Blanche.
It's so Blanche. Okay, we have to take a break because I literally can't stop myself. I want to talk about so many more things about this episode, but we have to take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay. And we are back talking about Betty White and Hot in Cleveland. So there is a moment now that Betty and Doris have kind of buried the hatchet and they're catching up. And this little exchange between them, it's written so cleverly. It's so funny. And it does feel like something that like Sophia would be talking about with one of her friends down at, the boardwalk.
How's Esther?
Oh, funny, pretty Esther. Dead. You hear from Marty?
Moved to Florida. Same as dead.
Charles?
Following the dead.
So the dead are still together?
All except Jerry Garcia. Dead.
To the dead.
All right, it's just, I know I keep saying it, but like Betty White is just perfect in this episode and on this show. Like oh my gosh, she would have won Emmys if it was on NBC or something. She would have.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All the women would have. And everything seems to be going well with Betty and Doris, which means, of course, we have to have something go wrong. We got to pull the rug out from underneath this.
Gotta be some kind of conflict. Yeah.
So remember that episode of The Golden Girls when Blanche thinks she's being stalked by a hot young man until he's finally like, George Devereaux was my father.
Yeah, but he said it in such he has such a weird, deep Southern voice. George Devereaux was my father.
Flawless impression.
Thank you.
Alaska's got nothing on you with impressions.
I know. I can't top her.
Nobody can. So that's kind of what happens in this episode, but it's kind of worse because this dude shows up at the bar to visit Doris Roberts, who's his mom. And when he sees a photo of Betty's husband at the bar, he's like, hey, that's my dad. Like, because Betty's looking at it. He's like, wasn't my dad so handsome? And it's like,
yeah, awkward. But also, can we talk about how, I mean, the son is seemingly straight. Doris Roberts owns this bar because it's just gone through a lot of different things over the years. And now it just
like it
happens
used to be a bakery and then it was a gay gym. It was a gym, then a gay gym, now a gay bar.
Which is like so how gay things work. But I love that Doris is just like making money. Like I don't care who comes in. Come on in. Let's make some money. And then like the son is just like, yeah, this is the family business. I love it. I love this family so much.
And like, this is world rocking news for Betty. Like, can you imagine if you found out that your best friend had an affair with your husband and had a child together that you didn't know about? Like, oh God, like that's insane.
It would be jarring.
It would be jarring. So Betty is back to hating her again. And
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Like that is...
That's a lot.
And especially after she had just denied it.
Yeah.
When Betty got there. So Doris finally is like, look, yes, I slept with your husband. It was just that one time. Yes, I got pregnant, but she says your husband never knew. And
That's
the son
important.
thinks that his real dad died in a lumberjack accident. All lies.
Yeah, I mean, it's a life of lies, but also probably not uncommon. I feel like lots of people have this story. Jack Nicholson had it, where his mom wasn't his mom. His mom
Mm-hmm.
was his wait, no. Yeah, his real mom, his sister was his mom, and he thought his grandma was his mom.
His,
That's what
yeah,
that yeah,
yeah.
I mean, so like this happened.
I know, but there are lies and infidelity, and there's just a
It's
lot of this is messy.
the first cut is the deepest.
It's so deep. It's so deep. This is so messy. So now, again, Betty very, very upset. She can't decide if she's going to tell that she kind of wants to tell this guy the truth to get back at Doris to be like, your mom's a lying, cheating whore.
But the maternal
Um,
instinct comes out because I don't know if her character and her husband ever had kids. I don't know that plot part of the character, but I'm assuming based on her reaction that they didn't. From
yeah,
how
and that her husband is dead.
Yeah, we know her husband's dead, but I don't know if they had kids or not. I could be wrong on that part, but it does seem like that she warms up to the idea of it's nice to see her husband's face again in someone else's face, and how sweet of a man
Yeah.
he is and how nice of a man he is. And also that he's like
Mm.
runs a gay bar with his mom and he loves the drag queens. Like
Mm-hmm.
this guy is like just so sweet and nice. It's like Betty can't not be like, well, I'm proud of that. If that's what the case, at least I get this part of my husband again.
Mm-hmm. It was so sweet and impressive. I understand this is a sitcom and there's a lot of other stuff going on and that they didn't have a lot of time to deal with this, but it was very sweet that like literally like within minutes of finding all of this out and her entire world being rocked, she had the wherewithal to be able to like take a deep breath and
Mhm.
like not let her anger and big emotions get the best of her and just like
Mhm.
potentially ruin this guy's life who's done nothing to her up until that point. It takes a really emotionally mature person to do something like that.
Well,
And
you know what? To that point, it reminds me of the Golden Girls in that, like, and this is a credit to the writing of this sitcom, in that, like, there was never a moment in this episode that wasn't necessarily funny or didn't immediately go to funny or wasn't consistently funny in different ways. But there obviously were serious moments in this episode too, like this storyline. Like there were some moments where there was some seriousness. And the way that the writers were able to blend that serious, sometimes heavy emotion from a character with something silly and it feeling authentic, organic, normal, easy flowing is just such a testament to the writing of this sitcom and how good it is. That's why I think we both had the reaction we had. And that's what kind of compares it to the Golden Girls, I think, in a lot of ways, is
mhm,
that the Golden Girls we know was able to do that so incredibly well. That way, it didn't have, and this is what separates the Golden Girls from like Designing Women or other shows of the era, is that whenever there was a serious episode of Designing Women, it was a very special episode. Golden Girls never
mhm,
did that. Even Chronic Fatigue Syndrome, it was never that. It was always still funny.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, that's a really good point. And that's what I think makes a really great sitcom is having simple stories that are character based and being able to balance that heart and
Hmm.
those more serious storylines with humor because that is a very fine balance because you could risk being incredibly insensitive or just crass or like tonally your things could feel like all out of whack.
Hmm.
So it really
No.
does take a delicate hand and they did it so well. Not every sitcom can do this and they
Can
did it really
we
well on this one.
can we desperately talk about the end of Wendy Malick's storyline? I'm dying
Yes,
to talk
I
about it.
my notes literally in all caps. It says the celebrity drag pageant. What
No,
do you
before that,
think?
before that, before that, before that.
Oh, the bathroom
So
scene?
there is a moment that the crowd quite literally, the live studio audience quite literally loses their shit over zero lines. Wendy Malick has zero lines. It is her and Antonio Sabato Jr. in the bathroom, in the men's room. And because he sets up the scene because she has to go to the bathroom to freshen up or whatever. And he says, oh, you cannot go into the women's restroom. You have to go into the men's restroom, which is a lie. Well, depends on the state you're in. Ugh. But
There is a
so
great Valerie Bertinelli joke there where
What?
Wendy Malick is like, I have to go into the men's room. And Valerie Bertinelli's like,
Yeah.
I've got one word for you. Stall. And Wendy Malick's like, I can't. I have to pee. It's very, very funny. She doesn't.
It's very funny. It's very funny. But then so she's in the restroom and she's you see, it cuts to a shot of her and Antonio Sabato Jr. at the urinal, standing up at the urinal, and she's quote unquote pretending to pee, or she's literally pretending to pee. But she obviously can't. And he notices that she can't pee, and she says something like stage fright or something. I don't know exactly what she said in that moment. But then she does this thing where she like pivots her body and she goes, ugh, and then she acts like she's shaking what would be
The shake was
a
very
penis.
funny.
And she does the shake. And when she does the shake, the live studio audience quite literally loses their shit. Like goes insane.
And the camera was so close to them. It's like, think about the moments in the Golden Girls where the women are like at a gala and they're like doing their makeup in the mirror and they're like looking right into the camera. They were that close and it was just head on. Yeah, her doing that shake was so funny. She was so proud of herself. And you know, and her character is an actor. She's an actor and she's like so as an actor, so proud of that performance that she just gave in that men's room. She's passing. But
then
so,
it gets to the pageant part of it, and again her face. So they have the pageant where like they've decided on who's going to be the winner of the celebrity lookalike, and like this is where we see Willem and like the other drag queens, and then now keep in mind Wendy Malick's character I believe was a soap opera actress. I believe she was on soap operas, and so it's between her and the Susan Lucci lookalike. And she thinks she's going to win because she's herself. She's the celebrity.
She's herself, exactly.
And then they call Susan Lucci's name and her face. So it like literally, it doesn't freeze, but it cuts. Wendy Malick just very quickly does a face that is iconic, and I beg of you to freeze frame on it. And then it cuts to the exterior of the bar, very, very much like Joan Cusack in In-N-Out, where all you hear is like another scream or something. Like she reacts to her losing in a very dramatic. Is everybody gay?
Everybody gay.
And it is just so perfect. I rewound it because I just found it to be such a fun scene.
My dog, who, by the way, I'm pretty sure can't hear when you and I just screamed, "Is everybody gay?" He sat up like straight, like just staring at me. He's like, "Is everything okay? Hey, buddy. It's all right. Lay back down, honey."
Yeah. And then the episode ends with them all at the table.
Yeah. So back, it's so great. They're like lamenting over their failed gay BFF hookups over a late night kitchen table dessert scene, but they're having pie from a local place called Pisexual, which I also thought was very funny.
Cleveland is, I mean, people, if you live in Cleveland and you listen to this episode, is it as naughty as these women make it out to be?
Oh my God, it seriously. So in the end, you know, and we sort of see this throughout the episode, but we really wanted to focus on the Betty and Wendy Malick storylines. But Valerie Bertinelli, she just kept striking out. Jane leaves. She found like a lonely gay guy, but she gave him such a good makeover that he then just gets picked up by another guy.
Yeah.
And then Antonio Sabato Jr. ends up dumping Wendy Malick for Susan Lucci.
I can't. It's just so funny. And then Valerie Bertinelli gets on the scale going back to the top of the episode, and she's like, "I lost a pound." And then Betty's like, "I pushed the scale back." And that's how people in Cleveland lose weight, is that they
just push the scale back, which, like, respect. Sure.
Honestly,
sure. That's the episode. It's so good. It's so good.
So perfect.
I want to eat these episodes like pie, you know?
Yes, it is. I'm begging you, please go watch this episode. And I promise you, we will be watching more Hot in Cleveland. We'll figure out something special to do with it because it is such a gem, and I enjoy myself every single time that we watch it.
I do too. It was a complete joy.
So I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts for my golden takeaway, and I do think that we should just take a break and come back with our golden takeaway.
Great.
And we are back with our golden takeaways, which is a nugget of truth or inspiration that you can apply to your lives or the lives of our listeners. Kerri, what's your golden takeaway from this episode?
My golden takeaway is a little bit of a question. I wanted to ask you, if you and I were to enter celebrity drag competitions, you as a queen, me as a king, what celebrities do you think we would dress up as? Like, who would we go as?
Well, if I'm aiming to win, like if I'm aiming to actually win this competition, I would dress up as not a fun celebrity, but the one that I would win as, and that's Sean Astin. Like, I would be Sean
Sure.
Astin from, like, literally anything over the past 10 years, and I would win.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think I would love to see you go as Kathy Bates.
My God, I would Kathy Bates in Misery,
Kathy Bates in Misery, of course.
or I would do a two for look. I would do Misery, but then I would, like, lift the thing up, and I would be, Molly Brown.
Oh, that's fun.
And then I would take all Molly Brown off, and I'd be Dolores Claiborne.
Dolores Claiborne.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Wait, who would you be? Who would you be?
I put a like turn yourself into a dude filter on myself once. Oh, my dog's popping in to say hey.
Hi.
I put a filter on me once and I looked a little bit like my brother, but also Jake Johnson. So I think if I did the makeup right, I think I could maybe pass as Jake Johnson, and if I got the eyebrows, but I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who do I look like?
You look like that girl from Yellow Jackets, the younger version, the geeky one who like has the curly hair. Do you know who I'm talking about? And she has the glasses and everything. You look a lot like her, so you could do her.
Okay.
You could do Christina Ricci too.
No, I couldn't. I don't look like Christina Ricci.
With
and
Christina
I say
Ricci
that
with
as a
blonde
compliment
hair.
to Christina Ricci.
With blonde hair and like glasses, you could totally do a Christina Ricci, I think.
Maybe her character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to go in character. Like all these have to be in character.
Sure.
You know, yeah.
Well, what's your golden takeaway?
My golden takeaway, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard rumors, I think Dolly Parton talked about it once, that she entered a Dolly Parton lookalike contest and lost. And
no.
I heard that. I think she shared that story somewhere or someone did. I don't know. I can't confirm it, but this episode made me think about it a lot, and it made me just want to share some love for Dolly Parton, my queen. My first cover story as well. She was my first cover story.
Wow. Love Dolly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, well, this was so much fun. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll catch you guys back here soon for more Golden Girls greatness. And remember, you can check out the GGVIP Club at patreon.com/Golden Girls Podcast. Starts as little as $5 a month. Do $8 a month. It's really great. It really supports us and all the work we do for this podcast. So we appreciate everybody who has joined the club and has enjoyed all the extras that we provide and just get to engage with you all. It's so wonderful.
It really does keep the lights on. So thank you. And you know what? We're part of Moguls of Media. So go, support them. But also you can follow us on social media at Golden Girls Pod on Twitter, Out on Lanai Official on Instagram, Golden Girls Pod on Facebook, and I'm HAlanScott /Sadie Pines on everything.
And I'm Squidzy and Squid on Instagram and Squid Eat Squid on Twitter. And if you want to do something else nice for the podcast, you can leave us a rating and review wherever you get it so that more people can discover us and join our lovely kick-ass community of Golden Girls fans.
You know what I just realized? I'll be on
What's
the
that?
East Coast the same time you're going to be on the East Coast.
Oh, that's fun.
I'll be in New York, like in mid-August. Yeah,
oh, that is nice. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll be in the same time zone.
Yay. Okay. Well, remember.
As always.
Stay golden.
Stay golden.
Stay golden. Goldani. Goldanina.
Out on the Lanai is not endorsed by Whit Thomas Harris Productions, Touchstone Television, Disney, or any of its subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
All names, pictures, audio, and video clips of the Golden Girls are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and/or copyright holders.